Good morning from beautiful Bali. Today I'm getting on the back of the scooter. We're headed down to the beach, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how I'm able to travel full-time and work from wherever, and how you can too, but mostly I'm just going to be talking about how I made that possibility in my life and in Eric's life, my personal scooter driver. But first we're gonna head down to the beach and do a little bit of surfing, so I'll see you guys there. All the fields of Bali. That is the little surf shop that Eric is gonna rent a board from. This is the wave situation going on today, so not very big at all. It's actually really small, but I think I'm not gonna surf today. I surfed a couple days ago and I'm still recovering. Just kidding. It was fun, but I ate it quite a few times, so I think today I might just go for a run on the beach. This surf shop is so nice because they give you a board for like 50,000 IDR, which is like, I don't know, I think it's like $3 or $4 US, which is super cheap for 2 hours. And then they give you like a rash guard, sunscreen, and a water just like for free because they're super nice. Eric and I were talking about how like if this were in Hawaii, they would like charge you extra for all those things, and this place just like gives them to you, which is super sweet. And they don't even make you like sign an agreement that you're not gonna, oh, okay, somebody else is in my, that guy really wants to be in my vlog. They don't even make you sign like an agreement or anything that's saying like, oh, the waves are getting big. I don't know if you guys can see that. Holy shit. Okay, glad I'm not going out there. Also, that's just a definition of how ADHD I am. I can't like stick with one thought for more than 30 seconds. But I think you get the gist of what I was saying. So I rented myself this little day bed. They told me it was gonna be 50,000 IDR, but all I had in my wallet was 39,000. So I was just like, this is all I have. They're like, okay, fine. But then they told me I could only stay here for 2 hours. So I said, okay, fine. I'll get my vlog done in 2 hours. Jeez, and my face is like super white because I have zinc sunscreen on. So first, I just want to say I'm really glad that I didn't go surfing today because the waves are freaking huge and I would have gotten pounded. But anyways, today's video is about how I'm able to travel the world full-time because I've been getting a lot of DMs about this on Instagram lately, and so I thought I would just make a video that addresses how I'm able to do that, especially because a couple years ago when I was still, Eric and I were still living in Colorado and we were in debt, and what we're doing right now literally was our goal, but we had no idea how we were gonna make that happen. And every time we like researched online like how to travel full-time, we got a lot of different answers, but none of them really was that feasible. So if you're somebody who's researched this before, you probably come up with answers like you can freelance, you can teach English abroad. And actually Eric did get his TEFL certification, which is like, it's TEFL. I'm actually not sure what it stands for, but basically it allows you to, once you get it, it's like, I think it's like $1,200 to get, and then you can teach English in like any foreign country. And I mean, there are different like requirements and guidelines for each country, but we never ended up actually doing anything with that because it's still, if he was going to be the only one teaching and I didn't have a job, he wouldn't really be making enough money to support both of us by doing that. So that didn't really work out. Freelancing just didn't really work because in that case you're still working for somebody else, so you're still relying on like other people to hire you for their jobs, and you never really know how much you're going to be making and that type of stuff. So that was out. Other things that we came up with were like creating a blog or a website and then putting ads on your website, and a lot of people do actually make money from that, but the problem with that is that you're only going to be making money from those ads if you already have like a shit ton of blog traffic and a big like readership and viewership of your blog or website. And when you're first starting out, like probably your mom is going to be the only person that's reading your blog until you build up that audience. So that was out as well. And I'm trying to remember all of the other things that we looked into. Like obviously we were just like, well, what if we just both pick up you know, second or third jobs and just like work our asses off for a year and save up a bunch of money and then we can go travel, or, you know, just like cut every penny. And that's like kind of how we kind of transitioned into, oh look, a puppy. Bolly dog. Hi, pup. But God, the ADHD is just strong today. But that's kind of how we transitioned into minimalism too. Moved into a tiny house and started really saving money, because this, like I said, was our ultimate goal. And we just knew, so I'll try and keep this like long story short and tell you what I'm actually doing to travel the world and make money at the same time right now. That's kind of why we decided to move into a tiny 120 square foot hut in Maui, because even though Maui is an expensive place to live, we decided that like, okay, if we're gonna be living minimally and cutting and budgeting for the next, you know, year or two, we at least want to be in a place that we love. So that it's okay that we're not spending any money, because we can literally just like go to the beach and hang out for free. So that's kind of our thinking behind moving to Maui. Okay, that arm was getting really tired, so I had to switch directions. But anyways, to get into how I make money to travel right now, and not just enough money so that I can travel the world, but actually enough money so that actually Eric could retire from his full-time job in retail and work for my business, which is Rebel Nutrition. So that's still like crazy for me to say, because I cannot believe that I've done that within the past year. That is freaking crazy. But how it started was, obviously I'm a nutritionist, so I started off seeing one-on-one clients when we lived in Maui. So I started a website and I was seeing one-on-one clients over Skype and virtually for a couple months. But what I realized through doing that was like, yeah, this is awesome, and it was a side income and it kind of got me started. But I am pretty introverted, and seeing one-on-one clients, even just like having one client a day, became pretty exhausting to me, and I just kind of really sucked my energy. Even though it was something I loved talking about, it does get kind of exhausting. So if anybody is a nutritionist and you see one-on-one clients right now, you probably understand. So from there, my business partner and I at the time created 2 different online courses, because her and I both realized that we kept having nutrition clients with like the same problems, and we kept telling them like the same advice to every single person, and it was kind of just getting exhausting to us. So we were thinking like, how can we put everything we know into like an evergreen platform, basically, that we just send our clients to and they go through at their own pace, and then at that point, if they have other questions, they can hire us for one-on-one consultations. But this way, we're able to stop trading time for dollars, making more money with less effort, and just kind of working smarter and not harder. So that's when her and I created 2 different online courses. One was called Adrenal Fatigue Detox, and the other one was called Paleo Boss Babe. And once we launched those, it was kind of my first taste of, even though those courses, you know, those were my first courses that I ever launched, so they definitely weren't like bringing in enough money for me to be like traveling full time, but it was kind of my first taste of making money online in a passive way. So once we had created those, we were able to launch them and make money. I mean, that's like what you hear internet marketers when they're talking about like making money while you sleep. Like that's literally what was happening, and it was such an addicting feeling. And I got my first taste of being like, oh my gosh, like this could actually be a business model that really works for me and what my goals are, which are to travel and work from wherever. So from then, I just kind of kept growing and expanding my audience through like social media and Instagram and YouTube and blogging and all of those things, and it kept growing and growing and kind of snowballing. And I started to have like other nutritionists and people that like I went to school with reach out to me and being like, hey, how did you do that? Like, can you teach me how you started building your audience online and how you kind of automated that stuff so that you're able to make money? Because what I was hearing from a lot of other nutritionists was that they also were feeling exhausted by seeing one-on-one clients all day. They wanted to, you know, put their knowledge into, you know, a platform like an online course or an ebook or a blog or something like that, so that it was evergreen like what I did. And I was like, sure. So I just kind of threw it out there and started seeing one-on-one online business coaching clients, and I realized that that was really super interesting and like inspiring for me to do, to help other nutritionists start their own businesses and start making money like what I was doing. So from there, that kind of spiraled into me creating more courses. So now at this point I have my Digital Nomad Nutritionist course, which teaches nutritionists and really anybody, because the concepts in that course apply to any sort of business, but mostly who I talk to is nutritionists because that's what I have experience in. So I have my Digital Nomad Nutritionist course that teaches nutritionists and other wellness people how to build their business from wherever and travel like I do. And then I also have my Instapreneur course, which is basically teaching you the ins and outs of Instagram and how to use Instagram, how to grow your Instagram, but also how to monetize it so that you can use your Instagram to grow your business or to just travel from wherever, take good photos, that kind of stuff. Because who doesn't want to be Insta famous, right? No, just kidding. But anyways, that was a lot of me talking. But if you're interested in this topic, if you're like really intrigued with this whole idea of like having a business that you can run from wherever, I'm actually doing a free training later on this week. So if you're watching this the day it comes out, or you know, within a few days of this video coming out, you haven't missed the training yet. So I will link to that free training below, and it's called, I can't remember the exact name, but it's basically the free training. It's gonna be an hour long of like some of my best content that I've ever put out there, and it's completely free. And it's just gonna be talking about my 4 strategies for getting started with a business online and kind of leveraging your passions and your niche, whether you're a nutritionist or you're something completely unrelated. I'm teaching you how to use like the knowledge and experience that you have right now and turn it into an online business that you can run from wherever. And it's gonna be really fun, really exciting, and I hope that you guys all join. Even if you're not sure if an online business is right for you, but you're really wanting that like freedom lifestyle. Maybe you don't want to travel the world like I do, but maybe you just want to like work from home, or, you know, sleep in the morning so you don't have to like wake up early to go to your job. I totally get that. I don't want to do that either. So check out the training. It's free. I'll link to it below, and I can't wait to see you guys there. And now I am gonna go for a run down the beach, and I wish you guys could see the waves. You can't really see the waves right now, but I'm gonna go for a run down the beach and then see if I can watch Eric surf. He rented a shortboard today for the first time, so hopefully he's not getting too pounded, but we'll see.
Pupper. Hi, Bolly dog. Hi. Oh, you have sweet eyes. Hi, baby.
Woo! Oh my god, that was so scary.